All right, we're going to talk about studying your charts and doing market replay. Study is the quickest way to getting better at doing trend trades. When we talk about doing trend trades, we talk about trigger lines in your direction, making sure that you haven't hit fibs or a condition that's going to make the market turn around, and then practicing buying or selling a pullback at support or resistance. We've put together a very quick plan for you. Every day you're going to learn the trigger lines, and you're going to learn for when it's okay to actually take a trade. I'll do this with the laser pointer. Learning the fib and trigger line reading. You're going to simulate your trades during the day in class. You're going to simplify the trades in your head and your plan. Before the next day, what we want you to do is go back and retrade the day and fix any mistakes. This is a very, very, very important process. Take pictures of your trades. Repeat this process every day, and only when you can guarantee yourself that you're going to be a winner are you actually going to be able to make money in the market. So let's talk about how to do replay. What you're going to do is make sure you file and connect to your live data. So you have to make sure you're on your live data stream. And then we're going to populate the historical data. We're going to do this by creating a blank chart. So you're going to go to File, New Chart. You're going to make a 14:2 chart. Set it for 60 days back. That way you have plenty of tick data. Make sure you load none on the chart templates. This will make sure that you don't have any indicators loaded. Once your chart populates, you'll have the historical tick data you need. What we want to do before we disconnect from our live data is we want to go to File, Utilities, Download, Replay Data. This is going to give us the ability to pick the market, the month, and what day that we want to download our data. You don't need level 2, don't worry about it. So just this level 1, you don't have to worry about it. So File, again, just to repeat the process. File, Utilities, Download Replay Data, select the month and the contract and say OK for your day. And you're going to repeat this process literally every day that you want to download. So if you want to download a week's worth of data. File, disconnect from your live account because we don't want to be on our live account anymore. And then you're going to go to File, Connect, Market Replay Connection. Once you're connected to your market replay, you're going to see up here at the top, you'll have a little play button and a play bar that'll have your days. It doesn't matter what day it's on. What you're going to need to do is hit the little calendar, select the day that you want to replay. So this is a Monday through Friday that I've got. And connect to the day first and don't open any workspaces because you can't just open workspaces with Ninja 7. So we're going to have to build each of the charts that we want to do replay for every time we do replay. So to do that, again, we're going to go to File, New, Charts, and then we're going to select 14:2 Dynamic Renko Bar Chart. We're going to make sure that the days to load is 30. We're going to make sure the session template is default 24/7. If you hover your mouse in here and hit D, like for dog, on your keyboard, it'll be a shortcut for you. You're going to apply the 14:2 Renko July 22 template automatically, and then you're going to say OK. What that's going to do is it'll build your chart for you. And then we're going to repeat the process for our 5/1 chart. File, New Chart, select 5/1, 30 days back, default 24/7, 5/1 Renko template, and we're going to click OK. And what that'll do is it'll give us both of our charts. And again, remember what we did. We selected the 21st, so that'll be what day we start from. Then you're going to have to open up your chart trader on the right-hand side with the little gray button up here. Make sure that you have one of your ATM strategy templates that we've created for you or that you loaded with your demo. If you don't have one, you can click the yellow dots. You can click Custom, and you can make one, or if you wanted to make another one. Then you're going to right-click here and Manage, and you can save it as any name you need. You should have these already, but if not, you can create one with the 3 dots. Then you're going to start trading, and you're going to practice. And just to kind of give you a quick heads up, you're going to be looking for the best look. Strong triggers on both charts. When you're doing your market replay, you're going to put your mouse where you want to place an order, and you're going to right click and place an order in your chart. You're going to practice moving your stops down after you have pivots when you get into a trade. You're going to practice staying in your short trades until the indicators start to come together, and then ultimately not take any more trades when your indicators are going the other way. One of the other things that you're going to do when you're on market replay is you're going to really start studying the looks that we have in our educational video for trend trades. Because remember, in that video we talk about how you can't see change happening on a 14-2 chart. And what you're really going to be studying a lot more is on the 5-1 chart, because this look is easy on the big chart. So when you're doing market replay, you're going to be taking trades, you're going to be watching divergences, you're going to watch second or third divergences, you're going to watch for pivot stop outs, and you're really going to study what happens in the market, and really, more importantly, what causes reversals between your fibs and your triggers on both of your charts. Now, word of warning, I tell this everybody in the class every day. If you play around and you practice the wrong rules when you're on simulator, you're going to be very brave and you're going to be what we call a simulator millionaire. And it's because you don't care if you lose and you're just playing around. It's very important that you practice the exact same way you're going to start trading live money. Because when you switch to real money, when you've been horsing around, you're going to have a false sense of security and you're going to really care and you're going to start losing and the wheels are going to come off the wagon. Many traders have gone down this route, and you spend months messing around, and then when the time comes to trade real money, you can't trade your way out of a paper bag. So it's avoidable. And again, it's human nature to want to play around, but don't play. This is very serious business. Very serious money can be made, and you can't horse around if you're going to be very serious and you're going to be a professional day trader. So with that, what you're going to do, and again, this is the same thing that you're going to hear in our videos all the time. Start with the simulator, work on your education, write out your rules, document your trades and pictures, practice on a live account, practice simulated trades during the day, and then market replay trades in the afternoon, and prove to yourself that you can be consistent using the rules. One of the other things you're going to really think about when you're working on market replay is your management of your trades. So when you get into a trade on replay, the idea is that you can kind of speed up the charts, and you can, instead of having to wait for an hour or 2 or 30 minutes, you can make all of this data happen in literally a minute or 2. So it really gives you a lot of repetition and a lot of consistency. And you're going to be studying things like divergences, but also the trigger lines and fibs. And you're going to be able to very quickly, instead of, this obviously took about 15 minutes, you're going to be able to not only see the trade, do the trade, stay in the trade, but find out what the results of your trades are in literally seconds or minutes. One of the other things you're going to study a lot of is when to stop taking trades. Like when you get divergence from fibs on the smaller charts, you're going to stop taking trend trades. So again, you're going to be able to speed up this process considerably using market replay. Another key component of what we do is predicting the tops and seeing that the fibs haven't broken and seeing where the opportunities are for maybe going short. And you'll remember from the trading plan, the exits are after divergence. And you're also going to be able to see very quickly how the software and the fibs break and work on continuation trend trades. And instead of waiting for 40 minutes for all that to happen, you're going to be able to do this in about 4 or 5 minutes. While you're doing replay, again, this is really important. We put together this spreadsheet for you, and really what we want you to do is this part down here. These are pictures for you to study and to go through, and how to clean out your data, how to do replay on Ninja 7, how to do replay on Ninja 8, how to take pictures, right? So you can post these in your room and you can post them on your chart. So look, the process is really simple. What we want you to do is simulate during the day and trade and post your pictures in class. And then, get the good and the bad and what you did right and what you did wrong. And we want you to use this market replay to go back and fix your mistakes and do it the right way. You can't just trade and make mistakes and then come back the next day and hope you're better. No professional athlete or anybody in the world messes up one day, doesn't practice it the right way, and comes, back the next day and hope they do better. Professional traders are no different. They study what went wrong, they fix it, and then they do it again the next day. And then you simulate during the day the next day. Hopefully you do a little better, eliminating some of your mistakes, and then go back and do market replay. And we want you to repeat this process every day for a month, maybe 2. Everyday practice, every day fix your mistakes with a replay. And what we're going to get you to eventually is trend trading with high confidence, high probability trades. You're going to see so many of the right trades and the wrong trades on market replay that you're never going to take trades without trigger line agreement again. The most important thing is initially the first couple 2, 3, 4 weeks, making sure you participate in the room, watching the educational videos. Make sure you get the trades right the first time so you don't have to repeat the educational process again. Again, learning the correct fib and trigger line reading, simulating during the day, do market replay and fix your mistakes, take pictures, repeat this process every day. Now I'm just going to show you real quick how to go through and actually run the market replay and place a couple trades. All right, so once we've got a replay up and we're on the day, you're going to see this little control bar right here. And if you hit this first button, you'll see it'll start playing the data. And you'll know that you have data because you'll see it start moving and it'll start ticking along. Okay? And essentially, we're going to do 2 things when you're doing market replay. If you double click this button right here, you see where I'm at? These 2 little increased playback speeds. You see how I increased the speed to 50 times? I can increase it to 500 times. And what that will do is it's going to speed us through the day here, and it's going to start jumping really, really quickly. And you can see as we jump, this is going to be an untradeable situation for you. You're not going to be able to trade it that fast. So I hit the pause button. And then if I hit the play button again, it'll start over at 1. So the idea in cheating, kind of the time, the only thing that market replay does not teach you is patience. So again, what you want to do is you want to speed forward through the data. And then once you actually get to a spot where you want to place a trade, and again, I'm not saying this is the right trade, but let's just say hypothetically you wanted to go short or long. What you would do is once you have your ATM strategy, you just right click on your chart and you're going to buy at a particular price. So if I wanted to go long, again, let me repeat that for you so it's very simple. I'm going to right click, put my mouse at a spot where I want to buy, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to click buy limit. So right click, buy limit. Now if I wanted to move this order down, I can move it down. If I wanted to cancel it, I can click the X. And then you can do this all while it's paused. So even if I wanted to go short, let's just say, I'm going to right click on my chart and I'll put a sell limit in. So we'll do a short trade. And I'm not saying this is the right short trade, just showing you functionality. You can literally get your trade set up exactly like you like it, and then you can hit the play button and you can even speed it up and it'll start filling your position. So you see what I did is I placed my order, I paused market replay, I want to evaluate what I'm doing, I can move my stops, I can move my targets, and I can get myself in a situation where, I'm kind of practicing what's happening in the real world without the world moving. And then once you actually place your trade, you can kind of speed it forward and say, okay, what would have happened? Okay, great. I filled my target and I've got divergence, so I can move my stop. And you can really just kind of speed through your trades and go, okay, after divergence of the green background, I got out of my position and I ended up making $75. Great. Now, make sure you hit the F. You can change your scaling. And then you just roll forward. And you literally just click it. I like 20 or 30 times speed. As you're starting to set up trades, you can see the triggers are starting to roll. So let's say you pause it, and you're like, oh, I want to do a trade. So you can spread it out, hold control, move it up and down, right-click on your chart, and I could place a buy limit right there. Now, I'm not saying it's the right trade, wrong trade. I'm just saying how you do it. Move your mouse right there, right-click on your chart, buy limit. Buy limit. I can move it around, I can move it up, I can move it down, I can do whatever I want. So let's just roll forward with it, okay? I go fast, nice and 50 times. I'm filled, I've got stops. I can move my profit targets around, just click on them and move them wherever you want them. I can move my stop wherever I want. And then, it's not the right trade, but you get the idea, right? Move your stops, move your targets, and then just speed your way through the results. Let's just see what happens. Probably lose, but we'll see what happens. Oh, we lost. And again, we lost because it's not the right trade, but that's not the point. So again, if you wanted to do market orders, and again, you see what I'm doing. I'm kind of going back and forth between speeding it up. I could buy at the market if I really wanted to, right? Just hit buy market, it'll get you in right now. And I could say, hey, I'm going to go long because it's a green background, and I think that's one of the trades. And then I go, okay, wait, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And again, I get all this education without having to wait for the market to actually go during the day. And that's why it's such a powerful tool. Because you can speed through and you can go back and you can take pictures and say, in class, hey, John, did I do the right trade? Did I get out right? Was this right? What could I have done better? And again, you're just practicing the methodology so that way you can make sure that you're doing it right. Of course, this is still the wrong trade, but you get the idea. You can move your targets together. If you wanted to exit one of your positions, you could switch it to one. You can right-click on the chart and go sell limit. This is a big one that a lot of people really like. And you can see we're going up and the market's going up a little bit. So if we get filled, we'll actually have one of our targets filled. And watch, I don't want to wait. So I'm just going to speed through it at 200 times and we'll see what happens. Lo and behold, the market went up. Filled one of my targets, and I can move my order up, my stop. I can say, what happens if I just would have gotten out at the area, right? Nice and easy. Now, I have another trade setting up. I'll put another order in. And you can literally just boogie on right on through a day, and you have to be careful because it will jump on you pretty quick. And you'll be able to start practicing the idea of actually trading, and you'll be able to see when, the market triggers are right and the areas for targets are in place, and how are you going to manage an entry, and you kind of get past the fear of execution. And when am I going to pull my stop up after a pivot? What if I get stopped out? How much am I going to lose? What happens if I go long again at the bottom when it's going down? I'm going to lose. Right? So again, what's working for you, what's not? What happens if I get to a termination condition and there's no divergence? Do I want to go short? And again, I'm kind of speeding this really, really quickly so you can get the idea. And then you can go really fast and say, would I have gotten a fill? And you're like, oh man. Instead of waiting for 20 minutes to figure out you didn't get a fill, when you're practicing, you can see that immediately. Then you can go back and say, okay, could I have done anything better? Could I have gotten in a little earlier? Was there any reason? And the answer is not really. So you start moving forward. And you say, well, what if I sold resistance in a mid-band again? And I put an order in there. Is that the right trade? Is it the right market? Is it the right conditions? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And darn it, I didn't look at this before, but it's not cooperating. But sometimes the market does it. And really that's all you're doing, is you're just going back and forth and saying, what happens if? You see how much data we've gotten through so quickly? And, some people don't even trade right away. You can actually just spend time watching the fibs and triggers, and just really starting to learn and get a feel for when the market breaks, or when the triggers are weak, or when the triggers cross over, when you hit a mid-band, when the triggers are strong down again, what happens? And you can kind of speed through some of the repetition that it takes in order to get good with our software. So you can see we've already done 2 hours just in a little short time. And again, ultimately, you want to practice the right trades. I was kind of just not doing the right trades, showing you quickly. But the idea is to practice the right trades and practice the feel of execution and stop placement. Combine that with what you learn in the class, and combine that with all of the other resources we have, and you're going to really be a very, very confident trader. If you have questions, let us know. Again, from our educational website, make sure that this video is the study video. Again, make sure you're really going through the trend trade video, some of our prior class videos, getting that market replay done, which will be this video, and we'll see you guys in class.